Ugh, I didn't even eat that much today, and I feel so bloated. I'm so pissed off. But anyway, um, so I just got back from watching the new Spider-Man animated movie. It's called Across the Spider-Verse. I believe it's the second installment of a three-part series, of which the third part is yet to come out. So yeah, I was actually never, like, I was not aware of this new reimagining of the Spider-Man story whatsoever until this new Spider-Verse movie came out this month. And then I've been hearing really, really good, like, rave reviews about it. Not just rave reviews, this is like basically every single review is talking about how it's one of the best animated films of all time and it deserves an Oscar, like that level of good. So I was like, all right, I gotta see this, right? And also, like, how come I didn't hear about the first one, which apparently came out a couple years ago, actually. So I'm guessing that the production for this sequel was delayed because of the pandemic and all of that. But yeah, the first movie is called Into the Spider-Verse. And so this one was Across the Spider-Verse. And then they actually it was a really long movie, but it felt so like every second of it was so gripping that you didn't even notice. It flew by in the I think 2.5 hours runtime, completely flew by, did not even notice. And then it ended, on top of all that, it ended in a complete cliffhanger, which actually really, really annoyed me because I am impatient. I do not like to be kept waiting. And, like, yeah, they could have, I felt like they just did us so dirty at the end. Like, they could have given us something, but no, it was a classic, like, cliffhanger moment, and now who knows how long we're gonna have to wait for the next film to come out. Actually, I do anticipate that the third film, which is called, what's it called? The third one is called Beyond the Spider-Verse. So I anticipate that that one's gonna come out a lot sooner than the second one came out because again, I'm pretty sure that the production for the second one was delayed because of COVID and all of that. But yeah, so me being me, I had to go hit up the merch stand in the I went to the Shinjuku Walt 9 cinema. It was actually my first time there. So usually when I'm in Shinjuku, um and I want to go watch a movie, which is not very often, but usually the theater that comes to mind most often or most immediately for most people is the one with the huge Godzilla. That one is, I believe, Toho Cinemas, but then there's another one that's like a little bit in the same area, but a little bit further away in Shinjuku Sanchome called Walt 9, which is just a little bit classier. It's in a quieter part of town. I mean, quiet for Shinjuku. So, yeah, I have to say that I really enjoyed the Walt 9 theater experience, and I would definitely in the future elect to go there instead of the Godzilla theater. Sorry, guys. It's just, the reality of. I feel like the Godzilla one looks cool on paper, it looks like it's the typical tourist attraction that you want a picture with, but in terms of the actual experience, I much prefer the Walt 9 Theater. Anyway, so they had a merch stand, and I just felt like, I've been trying to get out of the whole FOMO thing recently. This is why I can't take myself anywhere, because I'm always gonna end up with a bag full of merch. And like by the time I get home, I don't even remember exactly what I bought. But I do feel like, in my defense, okay, in my defense, the animation in this film was like too good for me to pass up. I knew the moment that I saw the first 10 seconds of the movie, I knew that this was something special and I needed to like bring home a piece of this exquisite animation. And actually, not just a piece, like a few pieces, like a lot more than I ever anticipated I was going to buy uh, in terms of merch for a Spider-Man movie, but yet here we are. So, not that they're like, I don't have anything against Spider-Man. I'm just saying that this is a movie that I didn't really know anything about like a week ago, and now here I am buying exclusive Japan only limited edition merch, like make it make sense. But anyway, here we are. So, yes, this is the Wald Cinema. It says Wald 9, the one that I went to, but I guess this is the group name. And then Dun, dun, dun. So I got a folder set. I believe this is 2 folders in one, or maybe it's just 1 folder. No, yeah, this is 2 folders. So, I mean, do you see? You know what it is? I'm literally just realizing this as I'm looking at these images, that I was not able to quite put 2 and 2 together as I was watching the film, but now I realize this is giving me like such heavy Batman Beyond vibes, and that's probably why. I mean, like it's not to say that the animation itself is very, very like intricate, and it's the perfect mix of like retro and modern when you see the actual movie. And it's not even just the visual element, like the soundtrack is also so amazing. And the way that they weave the music in and out, like the music truly is an integral part of the storytelling, I feel like, in this entire series, but just as much as the animation is. But yeah, like now that I'm looking at this though, this is reminding me of Batman Beyond so much. It's like almost giving me chills because I mean, I know it's Spider-Man, but if you look at the characters, it's like that's Batman, Terry McGinnis. And then this reminds me of that girl 10, I forget her real name, but like the girl that Terry has a little fling with when he gets in a fight with Dana from the Royal Flush Gang. I believe that's her family name. It's like the crime family. Anyway, I hope that the people who know what I'm talking about find this video. You know what I mean? So I got folders, which to be honest, like I really wanted a notebook, okay? Because you guys know I am all about that manifestation journaling life. And so the one thing that I would buy over and over again without any guilt or just because like I know for a fact that I would use it is notebooks. And so that's like the one thing that I'm always hoping for whenever it's like a new movie or something, a series or whatever that I resonate with, and I want to get merch for that franchise. I want like my top choice would be a notebook because that would be the item that I would definitely 100% get use out of. But like for some reason, they just both the Little Mermaid and Spider-Man this time, I searched high and low. And then in the Walt 9 cinema, they had a much bigger merch stand than they have at my local cinema, but still no notebooks. Like, what is the deal? And I have a feeling, and this kind of pisses me off a little bit, but like my theory is that it's probably because notebooks are more expensive to make, or like why do they always have folders but not notebooks? They have folders, pens, all types of other stationery except for notebooks. So I can only conclude that it's probably like cheaper to produce things like folders and pens, and like better, I might be just making this up, but that is my suspicion. But anyway, as you can see, I still caved anyway because I just could not pass up this beautiful art. So we have Gwen and Spider-Man, Miles Morales. And then this one, what is this one? This is like the more traditional comic book style, so Across the Spider-Verse. And yeah, this is the one, this is like the Mumbai, or I think it was like a hybrid of Mumbai and Manhattan. It was like Mumbattan or something like that. I don't remember exactly. Sorry, I probably butchered it, but it was like Mumbai inspired city was one of the universes, and then in that universe, this guy was the Spider-Man. So yeah, and then Spider Gwen, who's like the female protagonist, who I didn't really like, to be very honest with you. Like, I'm sorry, is that anti-feminist or internalized misogyny or whatever? I don't know. I didn't really care for her character. I mean, I didn't know, like, to be fair, I didn't know the backstory of most of the people in this movie since it is the second installment in the whole series. So there's a whole, like, first movie that I missed, but I just didn't find Gwen's character that compelling. And however, I did like her character design the best. I was in love with her costume, so I had to get the Gwen figurine. What is this exactly? This is called the Bottle Cap Mascot. Oh, is that what it is? I get it. So this is a bottle cap the platform that she's standing on. And I'm guessing, like, is this to kind of fit in with the whole, like, Brooklyn, New York, grungy scene? What's it called? Like, not graffiti art, but yeah, that kind of like street art, low level art, not low level as in insulting, but like low compared to high level. I'm sure there's a term for it that I'm forgetting. But yeah, so this is Marvel Japan, made in China. That's okay. I really, really liked her character design. So yeah, you can't see it here because this is a small mascot, but like on the inside of her hood is a webby spider pattern, and it's pink. Like hello, yeah, the colors of Gwen I think is also what I really love. It's like the pink and the baby blue, the white and the black. This is like low key, high key, a character that I would consider cosplaying for Halloween or something. And then what else did I get? I also got a postcard set. So they had a few different sets available, and I decided on this one because you get like a set of one, two, three, four, five designs, and they are in the classic old style cartoon style. This one is made in Japan. And then I got a Gwen sticker again, not because I particularly cared for her character, but I really, really like this character design. It might be one of my favorite of all time. You can see the web inside, the web pattern inside of her hood. Now, I'm wondering okay, so I heard that this movie was banned in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, which is like an Islamic territory or country, as you know. And so I heard that there was like some LGBT pro pride flag in the background, which I didn't notice as I was watching the movie because I didn't read about this until after I came out of the theater. But yeah, apparently the pro LGBT message that was included in the movie got it banned from being screened in the United Arab Emirates. And so I'm wondering if where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I'm wondering if Gwen's character design was also inspired by like a hijab, that the Muslim women wear to cover their hair with, because like I'm wondering if that's also considered offensive or I don't know, appropriation, because the character is like a white blonde girl from New York, so yeah. But either way, I really really like it. So I'm sorry, UAE. I just really like the design. Oh, and we have another Gwen pen, a Gwen pen. So this one is clip pen, and it has a mascot of Gwen. And this was 990 yen. Like, how much do you think it took to produce this? Probably, I don't know, 100 yen tops, 150. And I paid 990 yen for this, like a dummy. But I regret nothing. And then I also, they had other like merch for other movies as well, and I was really happy to be able to pick up something from the Little Mermaid because they had a really small stand of merch at my local theater, but the selection was like not so great for the Little Mermaid. I really wanted something with the updated, Halle Bailey design as Ariel. I didn't want the original like red-haired white Ariel, quite frankly. So, yeah, but I couldn't find anything at my local theater because it was just like, it was literally like a mask case, which I don't need because we're not wearing masks anymore. Like, that's not a mandate anymore in Japan. Even though I would say more than half the people on the street are still wearing masks for some reason, but not moi, okay? Um, I'm done with that mask life. And then they had like a colored pencil set, which is great. if you like to use colored pencils, but that's not me either. So yeah, I didn't find, unfortunately, I couldn't find anything that really suited my preferences at my local theater, but I was happy to come across this little 3 sticker set in the Walt 9 cinema. So you can see on the back here, the designs are Ariel, 2 designs of Ariel, and then 1 of Ursula. So this one I think I can open up. I need to get over this too. Like, I need to get over just wanting to keep everything in their original packaging, because what's the point of buying merch if you're not going to use it, right? So let me show you this. I'm really glad that I found my Little Mermaid merch, because yeah, I was kind of bummed when I watched the movie on opening day and I couldn't really find anything that I would use. So look at Ariel. I love this design so much. Halle Bailey was absolutely born to play this role. And then of course we have Melissa McCarthy's Ursula, looking fabulous in her own diabolical way. And then as far as the Spider-Man stuff, okay, yeah, you'll notice that I didn't actually unwrap any of the Spider-Man merch, because, like, I don't know. Listen, some stuff takes time, okay? I've gotten better at, like, hoarding makeup packaging. I've gotten a lot better at throwing out the unnecessary boxes and the plastic inserts and stuff a lot quicker than usual. Like, I don't just keep them in a shopping bag somewhere collecting dust for months on end. I really do throw them out within the first few days these days. Like, after I get all of my footage that I want for, the videos and the content that I want to make centered around that makeup, then I will pretty much get rid of the outside cardboard and all of that. And I'll time it with, like, the nearest recycle collection date in my neighborhood. But yeah, I'm coming up against that old habit again with this Spider-Man merch, because I just feel like it's so beautiful. I can't. Okay, let me try to. I'll open this figurine. You know why? Because I can put it back. Like, I don't actually have to break the packaging to take this out. So yeah, there's Gwen. I don't know why, I just did not like her character. She was supposed to be like, you know what it is? She was too manic pixie dream girl for me. It's like an angsty version, an angsty manic pixie dream girl, which I personally just, I don't know. I feel like we don't really need that anymore. It's not her fault, but I just feel like it was a little cliche, her character. And yeah, I don't really know what Miles saw in her. Like, why was he so smitten with her? She literally abandoned him. He should have just gone and found a new bitch, but whatever. We wouldn't have a story then, right? You know who I really liked? I liked that headquarters Spider-Man guy, Miguel. I think that's his name. Even though he's like trying to actively ruin Miles's life in a way, but I thought that he was like kind of daddy vibes. So yeah. I'm very annoyed at the cliffhanger that they left us on, because it really, like, it did not tie up anything whatsoever in the way of loose ends. And so yeah, now I have to like wait indefinitely until the third movie. But it's okay, because like after I finish going live, I am probably just gonna hop straight onto Amazon, uh what's it called? Amazon Prime? No. I'm gonna get the movie from Amazon, basically. And I'm just gonna watch it streaming. I feel like I could sell these for a lot on eBay. Like this one for sure, Gwen. This one's just a sticker. I love her colors so much. It's like Harley Quinn colors almost, right? With the pink and the blue. Yeah, well, what else did I want to say about the movie? I'm like drawing a blank. There's one. Oh, this is so random, but there was like one scene, a couple of scenes in the movie where they show Miles his dorm room, and then like on the wall, part of his decoration, there's a bumper sticker that is in the style of, you know, Supreme, like the hype beast streetwear brand. It's like it's like a parody of Supreme, and it says sashimi. So it's like a red sticker in the style of the logo for Supreme, but it says sashimi. And I just thought that was like, that tickled me so much, and I need to have one of those bumper stickers. Maybe I should just like print my own and then sell them. Yeah, I tried to find it the on Google later, but I couldn't find it. But if you watch the movie, watch out for the sashimi bumper sticker. I'm sure you'll be able to recognize it soon. I think that's it. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there was one other comment that I wanted to make. I mean, like I don't want to, I don't want to ruin the movie for anyone, so I'm not going to give spoilers here. And also, like, quite frankly, I don't know enough about the backstory to really give a comprehensive review. Um, but I will say, like, the message in this movie about, like, okay, so before Miles kind of goes on his huge, dangerous adventure at the Spider Verse headquarters in this movie, his mom gives him this really, really heartfelt pep talk about how like she's basically telling him, okay, I know that you're growing up and we need to let you like spread your wings. So she's basically like, his dad grounded him, but then his mom is like ungrounding him and allowing him to go out and do whatever he does, even though he's not being truthful to them. She's like, you know what, I trust you, you're my son, and like, I'm gonna allow you to go, but you just have to promise me that you will always remember that we love you, you are loved, you have people who care about you, and wherever you go, you're probably going to run into people that try to tear you down or diss you or tell you that you don't belong, but just don't listen to them, right? Like, don't let them tell you that you don't belong somewhere or that you're not worthy of something. And so that comes into play like a lot during the climaxes climax scenes of the movie. And I just felt like, on a personal level too, it really resonated with me. I think everyone has an experience like that in their lives, right? Where they like really, really try hard to fit in or belong to a certain group, only to kind of find out later that they were never, like, those people were never willing to accept them in the first place, or they just never, like, they may have tolerated you, they may have even been nice to you, but underneath it all along, it's like they never really had the intention to accept you. And that realization, like the whole pain and confusion, but then ultimately like taking back your own power arc that happens throughout that experience, I feel like is something that is so universally experienced by a lot of people. And yeah, it's such a unique storyline. I've never seen a movie like this before. I really want to see it again, honestly. Like, I feel like I have to watch the first movie tonight, and then I don't know yet, depending on how busy I am for the next few weeks, but if I have time, like, I would love to see this movie again in a 4D theater. Because I saw it in a regular theater tonight, but I really feel that the animation, in order to experience its full glory, it has to be seen in a 4D theater. So, yeah. This is really bothering me. I still feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I got it. Okay, so I will leave on this comment. So like, this is gonna sound weird, but it's just It's the truth. It's what I'm genuinely thinking, so I just wanna share it here. Like, this film made me really, really proud in a way because I feel like, um this is a Marvel film, right? Spider-Man is Marvel, yeah, Marvel Comics. Okay, so Marvel is, like, American comics, right? But then you know how Japanese animation, Japanese anime gets, like, so many accolades and so much praise all the time? Deservedly so, right? Like, there's some amazing, amazing anime out there, like, the list is endless, but after watching this movie, to and, like, after watching this caliber of a movie that I know that an American animation studio was able to deliver, it kinda made me feel really a sense of pride. Like, yeah, Japanese anime is usually the one that's winning all the awards and gaining all of the rabid fans, but I feel like this movie, it just gave me the sense of, like, we got one. We got one over on you. Like, American animation, I'm sorry, guys, but we won this one. I don't think that any animation could come close to this. Like, this Spider-Verse series is generating literal Oscar buzz, and I happen to agree. Like, I feel like it deserves an Oscar. I feel like everything that is being said about it, it's not an exaggeration. It is actually that mind-blowing. Like, the animation, the storytelling, the music, everything is just exceeds exceeds all normal measuring sticks that we usually use to judge animation, um, regardless of which country it's coming from. So, yeah, what am I trying to say? Like, I'm proud of America. Is is basically what I mean. Not to make it a political thing, but just like it's refreshing and it's nice to see that America can, or like a non-Japanese animation studio can deliver this caliber of an animated film, if that makes sense. And also, like, again, not to get too controversial, but I like Marvel comics in the sense that I do feel like everyone, the entire world, is allowed to enjoy it. It's more inclusive to me than anime feels, because anime at the end of the day is still kind of like Japan's national pride and joy, right? Even though the characters in anime can obviously inhabit people of different ethnicities and nationalities, it's still, I feel like the overarch, overarching sentiment is that anime is for Japan, and they, of course, they tolerate um foreign fans, but they will never, how do I say this? They'll always see it as Japan's thing, right? They're not gonna like loosen their reins on it to be like, okay, you can have it, American fans, or like European fans, you can have this anime. Japan always claims first ownership of their anime, as they should. But I feel like Marvel, since it's from America, since the US inherently has more like the history and the culture of the US is much more of like a melting pot and accepting of other cultures. Not to say that there's not problems in US society, but just like the ideal foundation that American society is built on is that it's inclusive of everyone, right? So I feel that when I watch Marvel comics based movies, if that makes sense. And I like that feeling better. Obviously, I like the feeling of being inherently included better than, watching something like anime where it's like, okay, I have to like respect the fact that this is not directly like my own thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope that made sense. If you watch this movie, please let me know what your thoughts are down below. And yeah, tell me if, like, have you watched the first one? Are you like me where you're just like, I can't believe they left us on that cliffhanger and now I have to wait an entire year? I think it's at least 1 year until the third one is slated to release, so that is not cool. Like, I feel like that's almost detrimental to my first impression of this movie. Like, I loved this movie until the last scene where it was like, what the frick? You're not gonna give us you're not gonna throw us a bone or anything, like, I literally have to wait a year for the conclusion, like, that was not cool to me, but I guess at the end of the day, genius marketing move, you know? How can I can't really hate. I can't hate the player, I can only hate the game. Alright, I'm losing my voice, so I'll see you later. Bye.